welcome to my channel. I wanted to come on today and show you some project ideas for covers, and I had this idea come to me for like a slip-on cover. In a way, well, let me just show you. Today I have 3 different sizes, and this is the medium size that I put together, kind of like my prototype. And I printed these pages on my printer, and so this is what it'll look like. This one's made of, this is actually an 8.5 by 11. This one is folded over, and this one is 8.5 by 11, and this one is your centerpiece. So it's 3 sheets of 8.5 by 11 to make this particular one. And so I already have it sewn around the edges with holes here for my closure, and here's the papers I've already sewn in for that. And I thought about making this one into a Christmas themed journal, like for doggies, and I thought that was a cute little image, so we will see what I pick out. I don't know yet. Alright, well, let me go ahead and show you the paper we'll be working with today. We're going to be using this beautiful cardstock, these 2 pieces, and that's all I will need. And here's the 3 sizes. Let me show you those. I have a small size, I have the medium size, and the large. So with the large size, you have to have 3 sheets of paper. You would at least need 2 12 by 12 and 1 8.5 by 11. And I'll just go ahead and get started showing you this. So I have everything written down for the sizes, and then I'll just go ahead and I just left it like this so I could take it apart and show you. This will take the 8.5 by 11 sheet. You don't have to do any cutting on that. You can fold them right in half and just sew them in. Let me just take it apart here. Alright, so here's your pieces. You have your center pieces. This is 4 by 9. There's the 4 by 9 center pieces. This is the 2 10 by 9 cover slip-ons. And you'll see why I call it slip-on here in a minute. So we put that over here. And then here's this size. I already showed you this one in this size. And so this is a little bit different because you got to do a little more cutting on this one. So it's going to be it's 8.5 inches tall by 9 inches long. And you get you have the 2 4-inch wide by 8.5 inch tall, these 2 pieces here for your spine. And so if you want, your sheets of paper should be, when they're folded and inside 5 by 8, it leaves room for embellishments. So what I mean by that is these sheets can be 2 different sizes if you wanted to. So like this one is the 5 by 8 because it leaves room for, like, if you like to put lace on the edge of your pages or embellishments or leave room for your closure, then you can do the 5 by 8. If you do not need all that extra room on the edge, you can make it 5 1/4 by 8, and then it would look kind of like this instead. instead of all the way back where you have this much room. So there's two options on the size of sheet of pages to go in here. And then, so there's that one. And on this one, I did leave that extra room because I like to put a lot of lace on my edges. So now I have plenty of room and I can do my closure however I want here. And here's the small size, which we'll be doing today. Now, the center binding piece is 4 by 6, and the cover pieces are 10 by 6. So, let me take this apart and show you. So you would you can use an 8.5 by 11 sheet. You just fold it in half and cut it to 5.5 by 5.5. So that would be really simple, and that's how it would look on your pages. All right, so taking this apart, I want to show you something that I found out. And so if you have, let's just say you have cardstock that you love and you want to, you know how when you get your cardstock and your favorite picture or the favorite item that you want to show on the front of your cover is actually on this side. Well, with this method, you can have that thing that you want to show on the cover on the front, because you're folding it in the opposite direction and you're using these flaps for like this, and so now you can have that pretty image on your front cover instead of having to skip it over and find something else. And I thought that was really great. Alright, so this is the 10 by 6 on these, and then this is your 4 by 6 pieces. Alright, so what I'll do is go ahead and I'll just cut one on camera. Move this out of the way. Alright. I just love this paper. Oh, I've been keeping it for so long, and I finally decided to go ahead and use it. Alright, let me get my trimmer. Alright, so I needed the cover pieces are 10 by 6. And what's perfect about this is you can use one sheet. So I didn't have to use two of these. I only need one because I'm going to cut it right in half. So I'm going to cut this 6 inches. Alright, and now I need to cut it at the 10 inches. I have to decide what I wanted to cut off. I always think about that when I'm cutting. How much prettiness to cut off. So this is gonna be 10. And these can be mini tags, so don't waste those. And then I want to go ahead and I'll just go ahead and score it right now. Score it right in half at 5 inches. Okay, I have my 2 pieces ready to go. Oh, I think I like this one. Yep. Okay. And then let's take this piece, and I need this one to be the 4x6. There's there. See, you have your both pieces when you do it that way. So you have this much left over out of the other 12 by 12 sheet. Then I want to score. Score it right in the middle. At 2 inches. Alright, so we have this all ready to go, and now let me go ahead and show you the rest of how to put this together. So in here I want to go ahead and I'm only gonna slip it over these an inch. And so what I'm going to do is measure out an inch on each side of these 2 pieces. Okay. Doesn't have to really be perfect because you'll do the final, when you're sliding it in, you'll make sure that it's straight. It's kind of hard to get my head over it with the camera. Alright, so what we'll do now is go ahead and glue these together. I want you to see how easy it is. You only glue up to the line that you've created. so you leave room to glue in your spine pieces. Okay. And this one. All right. And the good part about it is you can see you can see the white right there. You won't be able to see that once you slip it on. But versus if you used two sheets of cardstock, glued them together, folded them in half, you know, the paper kind of, the inside piece will always kind of slip out like that because when it's folded, it does that. Hope you know what I'm talking about. Well, like this. Let's just say this was a full cover, 2 pieces of paper. When you have them cut like this, they're perfect, and you don't see anything overlap. But when you fold them, then they automatically overlap like this. And on this method, you won't see any of that. You won't have to worry. No, you won't have to worry about cutting it off or trimming it because it'll be hidden. So then the next thing that I did was go ahead and glue these together. Let's see. I want to use this on the back. Use this on the front. All right. Okay. Alright, got that ready. And now I have room to slip that in and make sure it's straight. So what I'll do now, oh yeah, I was going to tell you is that if you wanted to sew your pages in before you put these on, you could also do that, because then you could just take your pages that you've sewed in already like this, if you had to like run them through the sewing machine and you just wanted that extra room but you still wanted them in your spine already, that would make it easier. You don't have to do it that way, it's just an option. I've done that many times where I've sewn in my signature to my piece and worked on it and then put it all together at the end. Alright, so what I'll do is go ahead and put the glue in here. And it should be pretty easy because we already measured out the inch, and it should match up on both sides pretty easy because it won't go in any further than the mark that we made. Okay. This one. And remember, any mistake, you can always cover it with an embellishment. If you were happen to get off just a tad here and there, you can always cover it with a piece of lace or a collage piece of paper, anything like that. Okay. Just work with it until it's perfect the way you want it, where it looks straight, where it looks good. If you have a heavy duty sewing machine, you can sew around it if it'll go through. Or you can leave it like this, put ribbon or lace around the edges. Just burnish that down. And there's your cover. And there's no warping around the edges. It's pretty smooth and easy. And like I said, you can use lace like this. Or around here. And so there's the cover idea that I had. I hope you like it, and I hope that you'll give it a try, see if it works for you. There's so many things you can do, and use those beautiful pieces of cardstock that have a design on the opposite side that we need it. This will eliminate that, and you'll be able to use those pretty designs on a front cover. And then the next video, I'll go ahead and do the binding on here and show you how easy it is to sew in your signature. Alright, well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this idea. I hope you like, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments, and have a wonderful day.